All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And of course, thanks for subscribing. We truly appreciate it. We're back at it after a little bit of heads down time by the Tesla team, skipping 11.4.5 and going right into now 11.4.6. We've got the latest version here, 11.4.6. Went out to employees last week, going out to first wave customers this week. And we've got it now, and we're going to take it out for a quick spin, give our first impressions, a little bit of a regression test as we normally do. I know a lot's been happening. We haven't got a chance to put up too many videos. Kids are keeping us pretty busy, but we're here now with FSD Beta 11.4.6. We'll take it out for a spin right now. Bump up to 30. See if what we're looking for here is just regressions and any enhancements, updates to lane change logic, things that it was making mistakes on 11.4.4 with, as we skipped 11.4.5, that didn't make it to customers, just to employees. Creeping up for visibility. Hit that little pothole there, put our cameras up. But so far, par for the course for FSD Beta here. A little bit of a rainy day. Hopefully it doesn't kick us out. It's not too heavy, light rain, but you never know. And we're coming up to our first turn. Is it going to go into the shoulder? Is it going to stay straight and make the turn correctly? Probably going to go into the shoulder as the logic is starting to fight towards the lane here. Slows down a lot. A little hesitant here, but a very aggressive and confident turn. So that was pretty good. A little too hesitant on the first part of it. Nice turn here. Going to turn the turn signal on because it's going wide. There it is. Not too close to the curb, so all is good right now. That first turn is like a mixed bag. If cars are there or not there, it handles it a little bit differently every single time. This time was okay. Just wished it would have been consistent with the speed and the approach speed versus the exit speed. Good job handling these winding roads. And then we're coming up to our unprotected left up here. We just confirmed that I have my wipers on. All right. All clear to go on the right. Turn signal car on the left. Good to go. Stops in the middle again and goes. Okay, so not the most confidence inspiring still. I'm going to flag that one just because it just gets out there a lot when it stops to hesitate. And that could be problematic. Not the worst thing because cars weren't that close, but still it should have gotten out there and been decisive. That's what we want to see, a decisive turn, decisive maneuver there. It seems like in my time off, lots of drama in the FSD community with a certain someone who I shall not name, but I did see a video of them test driving a car in California and obviously blowing past the stop sign. And in that video, it made mention of a Tesla owner who saw the car, FSD Beta, try to veer in front of a truck. That seems awfully familiar to someone I know, but he didn't mention the fact that it was veering back. It course corrected itself. He just said it veered across a truck, oncoming traffic, across a truck, and the owner just brushed it off. Sir, I did not brush it off. I definitely did acknowledge it as a problem, as an issue, but I also recognize the decision making that happened in the screen where it looked like it was going to turn and then it veered back. I'll play that for you really quickly while we're at this light. Okay, so please keep your facts straight when it comes to our videos and our content. Happy to contribute to the conversation, but just keep the facts straight. Don't just speculate and hype up a specific narrative without the facts. Good job poising this lane and staging this lane. So far, so good. So far, so good in terms of everything we've seen before. It's been doing the same thing, including thinking with its turn signal like it just did just now. So at least there's consistency there. Again, we want to make sure there's no regressions and some enhancements and fixes. I think we can always add enhancements and fixes over time. It's the regression part that becomes problematic in software development in general, but specifically when it comes to Tesla, where they sort of fix one thing and break another thing. That's been the Achilles heel for advancement in FSD Beta from our perspective. If they can just nail down some things, mark them off as correct, and keep advancing on other areas where it's not correct, I think that's where we'll start to see more significant success there. Okay. Nag has seemed to calm down a bit. Again, I'm just having my hand off to show you what the car is doing so you don't think I'm faking the video. My hand is always at the ready. My foot, more importantly, is always at the ready to stop the car. I don't have to grab the yoke or the wheel. I can stop the car in an instant if something's not right. Good job hesitating. Good job slowing down and then resuming, getting back up to speed. That's a good job. Okay, this intersection coming up is the intersection where it does a little bit of a phantom turn, where it sort of veered off towards the oncoming traffic. I did stop it, but it did course correct as I showed you before. And we've got the train up here as well. Hopefully the train will be gone by the time the light changes. And if not, we'll just fast forward past all of that. So here's an interesting scenario where it sees the cars ahead of us are stopped. It's creeping slowly in case it needs to stop and not block the intersection. That's actually a little cool feature that I've never seen before for FSD Beta. Now it takes its position, not blocking the crosswalk. A little further, there we go. It's technically not blocking. And there's the train. And we'll fast forward. Okay, so we cleared that intersection. That was the intersection where it sort of blipped and glitched out. That wasn't the case this time, as it wasn't the case in the last build 11.4.4. So that issue seems to be resolved. But as we know, there's some inconsistency between map data and FSD navigation data. Here we go, getting ready to stage the right turn here, getting over to the right side, which is good, especially because that car is turning. A little bit hesitant here, and actually blew the fact that it could have went, but I'm okay with that hesitation. There is a turn on red. It's hesitating, and then now it goes. Good job hesitating, taking its time, doing the turn on red. Appreciate that. Probably could have made the light before it turned red, but I'm okay with hesitation. Caution is no problem for me, just as long as it doesn't impede other drivers around us. All right, and that's going to complete it here. We're all set. All right, so first regression test path, I think, was pretty much a success. I'm not going to even mention or talk too much about the unprotected left. It's been pretty consistent in its inconsistency of trying to get out way in the lane. I don't think they can fix that. I think it's an issue with the fact that the cameras are so far back. It has to get so far out there in order to see left and right to give it the green light to go. So that's just what it's doing right now. However, the first turn, where it was sort of equally blind, and I'll do a better job of trying to show you guys next time, it equally was blind to the left. And instead of just creeping all the way out, it actually just went for it, and it was actually clear. And I've noticed that in 11.4.4 as well, where times where you think the car is too far back, it just sort of jumps out there and goes and makes a turn. Doesn't stop in the middle of the lane. It just keeps going. And luckily, every single time, there's no cars coming, or maybe the car knows something that I don't. But on certain instances, it seems like it can see. On other instances, it seems like it's just going for it and hoping for the best. I'm hoping it's the former versus the latter. But in the event, the first turn, it did a great job getting out there with traffic that you couldn't see really clearly from the left without getting far out there. And it did a good job getting out there and getting up to speed. The unprotected left, it hesitated once it got out there, and then hesitated further as it went out there. So that's the one blemish I'm going to give it this particular drive. I think in terms of confidence, it was pretty confident overall, even though it was cautious. Cautious can sometimes mean confidence as well, just meaning that it sees everything, it knows where other people are coming from in different area, in different roads, in different directions. And then in terms of comfort, very comfortable, very smooth, consistently smooth from 11.4.4 in this particular drive, in this particular route. So I was okay with that. And in terms of safety, I did feel safe. I didn't feel unsafe at any point in the trip. Yeah, they could have done things a little bit better, especially when it jumped out there for that unprotected left. I didn't feel unsafe because cars weren't imminently coming, but it could pose a problem if cars were imminently coming. So look, again, just safety-wise, it just wasn't as safe as it could be in that regard. In terms of decision making, it made all the right decisions, I think, except for the hesitation for the unprotected left. I can't say that enough. I think it made all the right decisions. Didn't blow past any stop signs, didn't blow past any lights, made the turn on red when it needed to make the turn on red, stopped hesitant for the ability to not block the crosswalk or the intersection when the cars were piled up waiting for the train to pass. So all good decisions there. So I'm pretty confident with this build overall so far with this first regression test. I want to take it in some different places, some different spaces, and I want to be able to see what else it can do. Get back on the highway. Highway's been pretty consistent for us as well. But just get it in some different areas, some different environments, see how it performs. Single lane, unmarked road, see how it performs there, see if it's the same or better than before. And also situations that require quick lane changes. I'll try to reproduce those as well in roundabouts. I may wind up doing a sort of a highlight clip type of a video as opposed to doing these long drives to get from point A to point B. And that might be the next video, but you let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you got this build, let me know what you think about it. If you got 11.4.4, also let me know what you think about it. If you're still stuck on 11.3.6, hang tight. New versions are coming. The quicker they get these out, the quicker they get through the first waves of owners and we get no real issues, the quicker it gets out to everybody else. So hang tight, stay tuned, and until the next time, enjoy your day, enjoy your Tesla.